We just reported he had a surgery. He did have surgery. So that's all we know right now. And what the heck is going on here? Bear with me, folks. Anyway, sorry about that. Anywho, my thing is this, okay, about the whole comment. First of all, I have no problem with what he said. I really had no problem with it whatsoever, because football has always been. Football is a collision sport. Anybody who plays football understand that. And I understand what the league is trying to do. But the more I see time and time what Juju Smith, and he deserved to get suspended, by the way. It was a clean hit, it wasn't a nasty hit. But let's not forget. In this play, Ryan Shazier wasn't hit. He wasn't hit. Folks, he wasn't hit. He didn't tackle. He didn't position himself to tackle properly. That's what happened. It had nothing to do with hitting. It had nothing to do with hitting. You pulled not to tackle with your helmet. So that was a bad job on his part. So with the idea that he lunged with his head, I'm like, hold on a second now. Wait a second. He lunged with his head, which is not supposed to, by the way. That's number one. You should not let with your helmet across. Land with your helmet. You're supposed to tackle with your chest, like Herman Edwards said. You're supposed to tackle with your chest, not with your head. And it's fortunate what has happened to him, but it's really sad what happened to him. But I say this to say that he did have a spinal cord, so he's doing good. He's doing good and everything. So we hope for. It sounds like we got a story that he's doing good now. He's doing good now, so he's doing all right. But my thing is this. I watched the halftime report with Tony Dungy and Rodney Harrison. And by the way, I can't stand Rodney Harrison. You know, he had the balls to say, "Oh, this is why I didn't want to see my son play. This is why I don't want to see my son playing football." He cried because this is why his game is so dangerous. This is why I didn't watch my son playing football. And I'm thinking to myself, you got to be freaking kidding me. And this is what older players are complaining now. Listen. How they played football back in the 50s and the 60s is not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that anymore. I understand that. They're going to clean that up. But don't you remember, Rodney, you was voted the most dirtiest player in the game. And honestly, you sound like a total hypocrite. To me, you're being a total hypocrite. You can't sit here and tell me Oh, I should have been more. Oh, yes, I understand you was crying and you was emotional. Nobody wants to see what happened to Zaire. But don't act like you're a concerned father. Hey, listen, I'm not telling him how to be. I'm not telling him how to be a parent. But don't sit here and act like. But don't see. It really bothered me when veteran players do that. It really, really did. It really, really did. I just want to throw that out there. But back to the game. But back to the game. He was the coach of the Gary Sean Payton was complaining about the refs being chippy. He was calling out for refs for being formative. If you don't believe me, I have the video. I have the video right in front of me. Let's just play it in real quickly, okay? Let me just play it off real quickly. You know, let's listen in for a quick minute. How come it's just not playing yet? But it's being so. The NFL all reviewing the behavior that Sean Payton towards the official. So we'll sit here and wait on that in the meantime. But otherwise, there's a lot of it. Here's some games we need to get to. The Cowboys are facing the Cowboys are facing the Cowboys are facing the Giants, and you expect a lot of Cowboys fans there. And plus, we are expecting, and plus the Jets will face the Broncos, and the Jets look to get back into. Week 14 of the National Football League is kicking off as the 49ers will face the Texans. As I mentioned, the Giants will face the Cowboys. That's a 1 o'clock game. Ben McAdoo is gone, and Steve Bagnola and Eli Manning is back as the quarterback. And Geno Smith is not happy about it, obviously. And you can't really blame him, but I think it's a situation Geno Smith can't win. He really can. And as far as the New York Jets is, because as far as the Cowboys is concerned with the playoffs, if they keep winning, their playoff chance, or as long as the Cowboys win, their chances, they could still dream of a playoff and the final playoff spot in the NFC. Now, the biggest game for or as far as the NFC is concerned, is battle who will get home field advantage between the LA Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles. Because these two teams, this is a preview of the NFC Championship game. Will it be in Los Angeles or will it be in Philadelphia? The winner of this game will get home field advantage throughout the playoffs, obviously. And the nightcap is the good old fashioned AFC North, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. If the Steelers win, they will wrap up the AFC North against their hated rival, the Baltimore Ravens. As the Baltimore Ravens won 3 straight games, as they will host the Pittsburgh. They will host the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now the Army Navy game, as Army snapped a long snap last year, snapped a long losing streak against Navy, as Navy looked to get back in the winning column as they faced against Navy for the Commander-in-Chief award, and as these two will always battle. And Army look to get a second win against Navy. And finally, excuse me, the Heisman Trophy. The Heisman Trophy is upon us, ladies and gentlemen, as Baker Mayfield, Bryce Love, who is the favorite in my mind, Lamar Jackson. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why Lamar Jackson is even in the Heisman discussion to begin with. He didn't do nothing this year. I don't expect him to win back to back. Louisville didn't do anything this year. They didn't go anywhere. And let's be honest, Lamar Jackson should have been the winner. Deshaun Jackson should have been the winner last year in my mind. And I expect Bryce Love to win. I expect Bryce Love to be the winner because Bryce Love was the only one. He was the consistency throughout this whole college football. But Baker Mayfield, I expect to win. And on that note, that's going to do it for this edition of Drew Mania Live. Thanks for tuning in on Spreaker.com and Spreaker Podcast. Always follow my show on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. And don't forget to always listen to my show weekdays on Spreaker.com. This is Andrew Perry, always saying to you, Shalom, let peace go with you, and I'll talk to you in the next Drew Mania Live. So long, everybody. Enjoy the football and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Shalom, everybody.